Thursday, everybody said Parshas Vayishlach. Let's go. I want to mention I actually saw this a couple of days ago, and I thought this is such a beautiful idea that we have to share with the Olam. Frame, you ready? Okay. Open your hearts, guys. Open your hearts. This is Gavaldik. This is mamish so special. Perek Lamed Gimel. For those of you that have a chumash in front of you, because it's Thursday, so we bring a chumash. And in Perek Lamed Gimel, the Torah begins to describe the famous meeting between Yaakov and Esav, the two brothers. Vayisa Yaakov Einov. Yaakov lifts up his eyes, Vayar Vihine. Esav ba, his Esav, and it's obviously, as we know, Baruch Hashem, it's a Mefurish song, it's also a Pasuk. V'imoy, and he had with him, Arba Me'ez Ish, 400 men. V'yosem es Shvachos, V'u'ava Lefneim, a few psukim that we have. Pasuk Gimel, Rabbi say. V'u'ava Lefneim, V'ishtachavu Arza. Sheva Pa'omim. You hear this? 7 times Yaakov Avinu bows to Esav. Now, for those of you that are familiar with Masechtas Yuma, or familiar with the inyanim of the Beis Hamikdash and the Avodah, whenever it says Hishtachaveh, right, the Hishtachavu, it doesn't mean a moedim that we do in davening. It doesn't mean No'aleinu v'anachnu korim, but it's close to what we do on Yom Kippur. And that is where they used to get down on all fours on the ground completely, right? So the Basayin, which we just saw, just said a Moedik Azach, right? We're still koching with the Heilige Basayin. Basayin talks about how he wanted to take with him to the ground all the garbage and Bimala, all the Kedusha, be able to put tshuva into Esav. But on Kaponim, the Pashup Pshat is that he went, he explains Pshat in the Pasuk. So here's Yaakov Avinu bowing 7 times to his brother Esav. Now let's just understand, let's build up the picture for a moment, Ness. Yeah? Did Esav love Yaakov at this moment of time? I think that would be an understatement. No, he hated him to bits. He hated him so much that he came to kill him. He hated him so much that the hate that Esav has to Yaakov exists ad hayom hazeh, even today. Unfortunately, we witness many times the display of hate that Esav has to Yaakov. Okay? That's clear. That's clear. We're surrounded by it. Very good. Beautiful. Now, we're dealing over here with Yaakov meeting Esav. What does he do? Chaim. He bows down 7 times ad gishtoi ad achem until he reaches his brother. Vayoretz Esav likrosai. You hear this? Esav doesn't just like stroll over to Yaakov. Esav starts running. My brother! How are you, my holy brother? Vayichabkeu, hugs him. Vayipal al tzavorov, falls on his neck. Vayishakeu, kisses him. Vayivku, and they cry. Now, Rabbi Say, this is very interesting over here. This is Esav. Esav came with a specific agenda. Everybody's asking the question, what happened to the teeth, the marble, what are the dots doing on top? Right, there's dots. Everybody knows, top of a chumash, look over there, there's dots. Right, what are the dots doing over there? I don't want to go and delve too much into that particular idea, because that is an idea that all of us probably grew up with. As somebody told me today, it's a Mefurish coloring book. Every single comes, right? No. It's emes. It's emes. There are different mahalchim how to look at the sugya. Rashi brings a couple of them. Medrash. One of the ways we all grew up with, right, Ephraim, you'll tell me if I'm wrong, Aaron Dov, you'll tell me if I'm wrong, that we all grew up with the idea that he wanted to kill him, to bite him to death, like a vampire, and therefore, that's another pshat, and therefore Yaakov's neck, what became a rock, very beautiful, and his teeth fell out, the whole thing. Every kid comes home with that, right? Yaakov with the strommel, Esav with the horns, right? This is how everybody grew up, right? And that's it. Now, Al Capone, you never heard that one before? Beautiful, look at that. I got it. That was nice, there was that? Beautiful. Coloring books are very important, by the way. There's a very good way of looking at life in Yiddishkeit as a coloring book. Because if you look at life as a coloring book, it's very fun, very vibrant, it's full of life, it's full of geschmack. It is. But you have to know one thing. If you're an adult, or at least you're a mature child, you're going to teach your child to color within the lines. You can color whatever you like inside the coloring book, but always color within the lines. That's what Yiddishkeit represents. It can be as colorful, a beautiful, vibrant, geschmack, amazing, but within the lines. Because Yiddishkeit has the outline of how to live in the best possible way. Inside, colorful, geschmack, everything, but within the lines. Because there are guidelines. There's a Torah, there's mitzvahs, there's things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want us to do. Yeah? That's an important idea. But that's just agav. So that's one way of looking at the parasha, and many people learn that way, and it's beautiful, and it's emes, and it's true. Rashi seems to go with a different mahalach. At least he seems to favor the mahalach that's got a little bit more positivity. And that is, Ephraim, you with me? That Esav actually be'emes loved Yaakov. And when he gave him a hug, it was emes like a hug. And when he gave him a kiss, it was emes like a kiss. Okay? Oh, Frank Motti, I don't understand. How did this make any sense? At the end of the day, L'choira Esav hated Yaakov, and that hatred lasts ad hayom hazeh. So I want to read to you, beautiful, 400. So let me read you the Lashon of Rashi. Lashon of Rashi is like this. Okay, first Rashi in Pasuk Dalet. You look this one up yourself. It's an amazing Rashi, and I believe, Ness, that this Rashi is going to teach us something for life. If you want something to take with you from this week's parasha for your whole rest of your life, it is this Rashi. Amongst, of course, many Rashis and Aruch Chaim HaKodesh's and Rambans and everything else. But this Rashi, for this week, we will discuss. Says Rashi, Niskalgulu Rachamov, Kishuro, Mishtachva Kodesh Tachva Salalu. Zug Rashi. Chaim, you remember this? Listen to this. When Esav saw the love that Yaakov, his brother, was giving him, he felt the love swell within him, overflow within him, and he reciprocated that love that he received by giving it back to Yaakov, which means we know there's a pasuk in Mishlei, right? Mishlei, as we know, is written by Shlomo HaMelech, Chocham HaKol Adam. Some of the most wisest statements are said in the Mishlei. Pasuk in Mishlei, it's a famous pasuk, it's a Perek Chav Zayin, pasuk Yotes, Kemayim haponim leponim, kein leiv ha'odam la'odam. You know what that means? That means just like water reflects a face. In other words, when you look into clear, still water, you will see your reflection. Your face will come out. It's like almost like a mirror. So too in your relationship with other people, it's very much a mirror. Kemayim ponim leponim kein leiv ha'odam la'odam. The heart of a person is to another. That pasuk in Mishlei that Shlomo HaMelech is telling us exemplifies exactly this Rashi in this week's parasha, which is that when Yaakov Avinu displayed the most incredible love for his brother Esav, who was going to kill him, who hated him for all generations until today, what happened? Esav's barriers broke down, and all of a sudden Esav HaRasha, who wanted to kill, who wanted to do the most horrible things, who had a history of doing the worst things ever, was able to display love, was able to hug his brother, and actually, according to Rashi, there was real love. It was emes, it was real, it wasn't fake, it wasn't put on, it wasn't a show, it was reality. Now, that's an amazing message for us. What's the message for us? The message for us is like this, in many ways, and I think, Moti, you'll enjoy this one, that the message is that so many times we try to get through to people. Those people, by the way, could be our roommates, they could be our parents, they could be our siblings, they could be our own children, or they could just be friends. And sometimes we want to get through to them in a positive way. We want to help them. These guys are going through terrible things. We want to help them. And people ask, Rebbe, what do we do? I've got a brother that does this. I've got a son that does this. I've got a father that does this. I've got a friend that does this. All the crazy things in the world. What do I do? How do I get through to them? How can I speak to them? I want to make them do better things. What do I do? This Rashi is the answer. This Rashi is everything. This Rashi teaches us the way to break the barriers, the way to affect and influence other people in a positive way, which is the greatest thing that you can ever do, is by influencing other people in a positive way, is show them love, real love. Show them that you care. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Help them. Give them time. Again, it's got to be real. But when you do that, that's when you get love back. That's when you get care back. Now, you're not doing it for that purpose. I'm not giving them a hug so that I'll get a hug back. I'm not giving them, but the point is, Rashi is telling us when I show, like Yaakov Avinu, he showed the respect, the love that he had for his brother, and this is even Esav. Baruch Hashem, we don't have any Esavs. We don't have any Esavs. Wherever you're talking about, thinking about at this moment, they're not Esav. They're no shaykhs to Esav. No closeness to Esav. No, they're not. Esav was the worst. Okay? Anyone that you know is 4 billion times better than that. Okay? The point is when we're talking about the people that we are discussing, those are people that just need a little bit of love, a bit of care, a bit of energy, a bit of time. Give them a candy, whatever it may be. Rabbi said that's the Rashi. That's what Rashi is telling us. Rashi is telling us, Arendov, you listen to this? Your whole lives, I hope, you're going to spend time helping and influencing others, whether you become a Rebbe, a Rosh Hashiva, a lawyer, an accountant. It doesn't make a difference what you're going to do in your life, but you want to influence people, right? That's what it is. There's a book out there, which I'm not going to get involved in the whole idea of the book. It's a Goyish book, Dale Carnegie, whatever. How to win friends, how to influence people, whatever. His whole objective of the book is how to get your way. So how to influence people, meaning how to say the right things in the right way to get what you want. Now there's another book out there which I've spoken about and I've given shurim of. Maybe we'll speak about it again. And that is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Right? Ever heard of that book before? It's a wonderful book, written by a goy, but I have to say it's got rooted in there's a lot of Torah that I've spoken about. I've given a series on it. Maybe if you want, we could do it again one time. And over there he talks about the idea that if you want to help anybody else, it starts from you. It starts from right here. This Rashi, I believe, is the makar for that. It starts from you. In other words, to influence or help or build up other people, it starts from you. And if you want to break down people's barriers and you want to help them, and I've been asked this many, many times, you know, when Shabbaton and Kesha Nafshi, this was the question. How do we get through to our children? How do we break the barriers? There's a lot of barriers, and it's understandable that there are barriers. That Rashi's telling us, very simple, just show them the love. Show them that it's Rashi. It's not even this new chinuch, idea, 2023, do it, and if everyone's complaining about it, I don't like it, I do like it, it is my mahalach, it's not my mahalach, it's right, it's wrong, it's causing kids to go off the derech, it's causing other kids to go off the derech, the siblings, without going into the details. Rashi's telling us, you want to help somebody, you want to break down the barrier, you want to get them to love you, show them the love. But real, it's got to be bemis. Okay, everybody say? That's the idea from this week's parasha. That's the Rashi of this week's parasha. I really believe that if we take this tool and we try to utilize it within ourselves, when we try to help others, we'll change everything. Be'ez Hashem.